Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of PDPMO. I once again am your host, Richard. First off, I would just like to send out a quick apology to everyone for the lengthy delay in my reviews. Myself and my entire family actually came down with COVID 19, which was not fun. But we are recovered mostly, and we are getting back into the swing of things. So I obviously did not feel up to doing any reviews for a while. I couldn't really talk. But I'm feeling and sounding much better now. And the good news is that with my time off, I was able to catch up on some much needed movie watching. So now I get to dive right back into it and start talking movies with you guys. So thank you to anyone who reached out. Love and support. Love it. Put it out there. This site is all about positivity, even in the bad movies. So yeah, just keep sending love, support, encouragement, and arts. Let's get the arts out there. So we're just going to jump right back into it. The movie I'm going to be reviewing is the Netflix film Don't Look Up, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. Again, I know it's been a while, but I'm going to give a quick review whether I liked it or not, and then I'll get into the nitty gritty of the particulars in the movie. So, Don't Look Up, it's available on Netflix right now. I can honestly say this is probably one of my favorite movies that I have seen in the past, I'd say as far back as 10 years. I thought this movie was just amazing across the board. It's a satire, which, if done correctly, I think is really powerful. Um, I have my sense of humor in my personal life is I'm very sarcastic. I like making fun of people, and the reason I can get away with it, in my opinion, is because I always feel that if you make fun of everybody, then you can't be deemed racist or sexist or homophobic or anything, because I literally make fun of everyone. I believe that's what this movie tried to do, and I think it did it very well. Um, so yeah, if you have a chance, check it out. Know that it's a satire going in, so you don't expect again, this is not a documentary. But I thought it was amazing, well written. The acting is phenomenal across the board. I mean, you've got Leonardo DiCaprio, you've got Jennifer Lawrence, you got Meryl Streep playing the president. Jonah Hill is wonderful. Timothy Chalamet shows up, around third act. He's always great. Um, just yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Check it out. It's one of those movies that I can't really recommend high enough. I thought it was amazing. So if that's all you wanted to hear, then thanks for stopping by. Go check it out, and then comment what you thought about the movie, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, or if you loved it like I did. I'd love to hear back from you. So, getting now into the spoilers, a little bit more what the story's about. Leonardo DiCaprio is a astronomer, and Jennifer Lawrence plays a PhD candidate working going to school at Michigan State. And the two of them discover a comet that is, according to his calculations, going to hit planet Earth in about 6 months. So they go on this quest, really, to alert the government, the US government, and the people about our pending destruction, because this thing is one of those planet killers. And what this movie does is it shows a little too frighteningly what news like this could potentially be received like in modern day society, which is half the population doesn't believe it, and the ones that do don't really think it's that big a deal. It's probably not going to hit. It's met with so much apathy that it's alarming. And Jennifer Lawrence in one scene, just because they're on a like a Good Morning America type show, hosted by Tyler Perry and Kate Blanchett, who's just I love Kate Blanchett. I think I've mentioned it before. She's wonderful, but she's so great in this movie. And so they're kind of trying to laugh it off and whatnot. And then Jennifer Lawrence like starts to get really emotional and just like yells out like, "We're all gonna die." And rather than people actually taking it seriously, it becomes like a meme, and just it's really well crafted in its mocking of our just our society and what our societies become. And what I like is in the movie, Meryl Streep, like I said, plays the president of the United States, and there's a lot of humor in this that is clearly directed at Donald Trump and Trumpism in general, and whether you look at the anti-science movement between the anti-vaxxers and the flat earthers and other like just wingnuts that are just they have no basis of for their research other than they read it online. And so there's definitely humor towards that, but they're also poking fun at the Democrats in the United States, because she, as a president, is more concerned with her image. I mean, they keep flashing these pictures of her with like various celebrities, treating the White House as more of a celebrity status. Like there's a picture of her hugging Bill Clinton, so I don't really see a Republican doing that. So they're kind of poking fun at Democrats. They're poking fun at the Republicans. They're poking fun at the anti-science movement, but they're also poking fun at the pro-science movement, which is just like we're going to say this, therefore you should believe it. And while there are instances where that is the case, like if they're telling us there's a comet that's coming towards Earth and we need to do something about it, then it's something we might want to take a little more seriously than this movie does. But that's the point of satire, is it just shows like the worst of what we're capable of. But there is one character who's like your Steve Jobs type character, who's this like media mogul. He's wonderful. He's so creepy and bizarre, and the ending of the movie is just great. It's just fabulous across the board. My wife and I actually watched it, and this movie is not typically one that she would enjoy. She hates end of the world stuff, like just hates it. It's one of those things that certain movies like just get to certain people. She's really weirded out by apocalyptic end of the world scenarios, but she loved this movie. I love this movie. Like, I will watch this movie again. It is that good. Again, it's not going to be for everybody. Some people are going to get butthurt about some of the things they're joking about. I don't. I can basically find humor in anything. And this movie made me laugh at myself. And it made me laugh at our society, which can just be ridiculous at times with the TikTok and, sorry, YouTube. Like, I know I'm like on a social media site. Trust me, I get the irony. But yeah, it's just how our humanity is being eaten away by technology. uh, and we don't seem to be able to break that cycle. There's a line that is, they're calling it the last line in the movie, but technically there's like a mid-credits thing where it's a continuation of the story, so it's not technically the last line of the movie. By the way, stick around for that mid-credits thing. It is awesome. And it ties up some of the storylines from earlier in just a really great way. But Leonardo DiCaprio, I was reading up on it because I just had to know like more about this movie. And the last line that he says, I'm not going to say what it is, but it actually wasn't in the script. Jennifer Lawrence had the last line in the script, and then DiCaprio apparently was talking to the director and was just like, you know, there should be something else there. And so he added that line, and they filmed it, and it's kind of a gut punch when you really think about what about the movie and the scope and what we're dealing with, both in the movie and in our lives in Western civilization. It's just one of those gut punch lines that it didn't really hit me at first until I looked into it, and then I thought more about the line. And it's just one of those moments where I think we all just need to take a step back and look at like what's happening in the world today. And any movie that can make me do that, I'm very appreciative of, because it's one of those, like, it's really engaging and entertaining, but the more I think about it, the more it's just thought provoking. And that's why I can easily see this movie making like the top 10, top 20 of my favorite movies of all time, like over repeated viewings, because I don't believe in putting any movie on that list when I see it once. But yeah, I have a feeling that this movie could get better with age, and especially if we can't right the ship, if we can't kind of pull back. And I hope it doesn't take like a global apocalypse to bring us back from where we're heading. Hopefully we can get back to having more of a conversation, rather than you don't believe in the same things I believe in, therefore you're dumb and wrong. I think that's a very dangerous thing we're getting to. And again, like, watch this movie. It poses those questions in the movie. It poses those scenarios to us, and it mirrors a lot of what we're facing in our world today. So yeah, 100% check out Don't Look Up. Wonderful movie. I hope it gets the recognition it deserves. Again, I've talked about IMDb a lot on this. Highly rated on IMDb, lots of praise. The main detractors seem to be like the anti-science, whatever. It actually won. I did a little digging into awards. It actually won most disappointing movie of the year. And then I'm like, oh, that's weird. Where? Yeah, the Oklahoma review board. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. Because, yeah, right over their heads. Anyway, you have to be smart to enjoy this movie. I'm not saying that if you don't enjoy this movie, you're dumb. But if you're dumb, you won't enjoy this movie. So, hope you like it. Feel free to share this video, like and subscribe as always. Love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.